It's looking like a piece of garbage. Future plans. Guys, I have a lot of plans for this build. Plans. Need to fix up this place. I promise you. I'll find some way to get rid of those. That's mainly due to me being lazy. It's going to look very nice when it's done. Ow. What is up, my dogs? I'm Monso, and welcome back to this world that I have spent a significant amount of my adult life working in. That was kind of a strange intro, but we will work with it. So, in the last episode, I toured you guys around this world, this place, and I showed you everything that I have made. And you know what? It was a great episode. I had a lot of fun, but I realized how many unfinished builds we have, how many loose ends we have to tie up, and how many little eyesores I have around this world, because it felt a bit like I invited you guys to my house and I just left a bunch of dirty laundry everywhere. And you might be asking, Monso, what are you talking about? What do you mean dirty laundry? Talking about these things, guys. The dirtiest laundry of them all. Maybe not, but a lot of tiny little pieces of dirty laundry make a big pile of dirty laundry. And today I just started to deal a bit with that. And I started in here, so I put the frog lights in the floor and in the walls, and I think it looks a lot better. And I also dealt with the lighting up here, so now I put some frog lights in the walls here as well. I also finished this room, so I put the final block switchers down here as well. The third floor, I have not touched that. We're not going to go up there. I don't want to show it because it doesn't look nice. And of course, I must show you what we've done in the brewing hut, guys. This is the brewing hut. And now we're gonna go walk inside. Oh, yeah, right. I fixed this little room. This was not decorated before, but now I just put in these things, and they look nice. Now we will continue. And here, because I had all of those, I had my tiny little pieces of dirty socks everywhere, strewn around all of this floor, and it was such a shame because I really like this room, and they just, you know, destroyed the vibe. They destroyed the vibe. So to rescue the vibe, I just put frog lights in the floor here as well. That seems to be my primary solution for the vibe. And it became this gradient. And now I think it looks a bit like magical droplets of some some strange, funky energy in here, and it works, so I'm happy with that. Lastly, we have to go back to the storage room, because I forgot one thing that I put in here, and I got a pumpkin on the way. Fantastic. This thing here. We have the little guy sitting on top. It's just a rocket refueler, and I put this because it has the same color palette as the rockets, and I think that looks nice. So yeah, I just put fireworks in here, and I can grab them on the way out. Well, I feel a lot better after having cleaned up my room a little bit and gotten rid of all my dirty shit lying everywhere. So now I think we can move on to bigger things in this world. But before we do that, you know, I think a problem that has led to all this is that I am obviously not good at keeping my attention on one thing at the same time. And I think we need some way to kind of record our progress and to jot down what comes up in my frazzled little brain. So, I've been working on a little solution for that, and I think I've come up with something. So now, I think we should just get building. Let's do it. Guys, I have no idea what flew into me. I must have been possessed by something. This was supposed to be a small little side project, but it turned out into this house that's behind me right now. So, let me show you around. I went with the same building style and palette and stuff as the brewery over there because I want this area beneath the mountain to be more of this rural place with a bit more, you know, run down basic lower buildings. And I made it into this little farmhouse with the wheat field and the hay bales and a little composter back here with some disgusting floor. And I just spammed this house with a bunch of, yeah, I don't know what this is, but piping and oh man, I've fallen into this hole like seriously 10 times now, and I keep doing it. But I refuse to cover it up. So yeah, this is the piping and then a little shelf back here and a door, which leads into the machinery in here that I won't show you because, guys, what is this house supposed to be? How will this help us get organized? Well, let me tell you that this house is supposed to be a notice board. I know, doesn't make sense, but here it is. And we have the first item here. I've written down a couple of things. And what does that say? Finish notice board house. Get organized. And I would absolutely consider this a finished project. Project. So let us cross it off the list, shall we? I love that. Now we have a stylish way to get stuff out of my tiny brain and onto paper, so I don't forget it, and something to look forward to when we have completed it. But now, guys, we have definitely got to move on. More important things await, and I need to think about what I'm actually going to write on this notice board because it takes me a while to think about that. So, to the next project. Now, I know what you may be thinking. Monzo, what can be more important than the house notice board that you just built, huh? What can be more important? Ooh. Almost landed that perfectly. I'm thinking about the hugest, biggest eyesore in my entire world that is not my face. This thing right here. It's been looking like this for so long, and it's starting to really bug me. It's all finished. I know already what I'm gonna build. I just need to build it. So, guys, I think we need to gather our resources and then go build this thing, right? Let's do it again. I found a promising looking cave on the west side of the home mountain. So I flew in, only to find a dead end. So we flew back out again. A few rockets poorer and no tough richer. We picked up our beacon and ventured off into the night in search of a better location. And I had one in mind. As we got there, I set up the beacon on ground level without thinking. It wasn't until I had consulted the wiki that I realized I'm a dumbass. It only covers 50 blocks below it. So we had to tear it back down again. So now, after having wasted a lot of time getting essentially nothing done, I decided I'm gonna actually use my brain before I take action next time. With that said, we jumped right into it and broke our legs. But that's okay. After the elytra was added, I don't think legs are that important anymore. After having set up our beacon for the second time around, things went a lot smoother. In fact, this sped things up so much that it almost made up for the time that we lost by me being stupid. Man oh man, I wish I would have done this sooner in my life. Guys, I've always been a bit too lazy to bring the beacon wherever I go. I also only have one beacon in this world, so I have to bring it everywhere I go. But holy shit, is it worth it. Look at that. Oh, like butter. So this has gone pretty quickly now. Soon fill the shulker. And I forgot about how satisfying this is. I mean, just look at that beautiful color. I'm having a blast down here, believe it or not, in my hole. But now, I think we've gathered everything we need, and we will move on to the next resource. See you there! With a pocket full of tough and deep slate and 2 broken legs, we flew back home. Now we needed to chop trees. And with my technologically advanced tree hole in place, this was a breeze. I mean, just look at that speed. For the next resource, we needed to literally go to hell. Being abundant and doped up on fire resistance and night vision, this wasn't that bad. For the final ingredient in this house sandwich we're making, we had to put our a bit too revealing speedos on and have a dip in the ocean. As Matthew McConaughey would have said, alright, alright, alright. That was a long collecting of resources session. And I know, maybe the choice of song wasn't great for the montage. But I don't know why, but I kind of like that. I like that song, Stall. It's just a regular, I think it's a Minecraft disc. I remember in the beginning when I listened to that song and I had a bit of a hard time with the flute, that flute part. I still do, but I think the rest of the song is pretty good. We have worked our buttocks off to find everything we need. I have flown across the lands, guys, especially for that coral reef. My goodness, it was difficult to find it, but I did. And now we will finally start building this thing. And our friend up there who's been shoved in the hole there in my house, still keeping his spirits up though, seems quite alright up there, but he will finally fly and help us build this thing. So, what do you say? Should we do it? I think we should. Let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, my head hurts. Yes, I've been going at this for more than a couple of hours now, and you may think that, oh, this is not that much for more than a couple of hours, but trust me, there are a lot of special little blocks that want a special little angle to be placed from, like stairs and stuff. So it took longer than I thought. But now, we're finally here, standing before this goofy ass looking building. So yeah, the design of the facade of this building, I hear that's the word that the fancy people use, it was built to match this building a lot, and I think we figured that out. I think they definitely fit together. I do like that there are a lot of depth in the trimmings and the shading. Of course, I guess that's the upgrade from this building. The shading in the walls here, and the addition of the separate color here. I think that's what makes it so goofy, and also just the shape. I think it looks. I don't know. There's something about it that's goofy. It's like, you know, the tall weird character of the short and tall goofy guy, and the stubby short and no, the tall. What is it? It's like the tall lanky goofy character of the pair. That's the tall lanky goofy and the short serious and like angry character. You know the duo. I'm happy with it, and I am especially happy with the scaffolding here. That is the gas station, because now this guy finally has. That's kind of why I built this building. It's like I hit this guy. He needed a home. He'd been shoved up in the hole in the other house for way too long. So now he finally has his permanent residency here. That I think just looks fantastic. It's very woody and scaffolding-y, and it doesn't look very solid, which is definitely what I went for. Yes, and you also saw, if we come down here and stand on top of this place right here, the brewery, we gave the mountain a bit of a facelift. I put in these birch leaves that are a bit darker that I think look really good. I tried out a bunch of leaves, and the birch had the best color, I would say. And yeah, gave it some highlights in the stone, and I think it just looks a lot better. Of course, the little cave down here, that is just a cramped, cozy little, a bit mystical, magical place with the speed potion station and the two running dudes. You saw this from the last episode, and you can step up here and get splashed in the face with a speed splash potion of swiftness. I just think this whole building looks so so funky from far away. I mean, imagine you are. I just thought of this when I looked at this building from far away. Imagine you are like a rogue battalion during the 16th or 17th century. I don't know. Whenever you had swords and shields and not guns, and you're traversing the Mongolian plains or something, and you're hungry, absolutely parched, and you can't wait to raid the absolute shit out of the next unsuspecting village or town. And then, finally, you stumble across this thing right here. I'd be like, bro, did a bunch of children build this fortress? What's going on here? Now, if we come back in here and we take this bubble column up, you saw this in the last episode. We come up into the building here, and we're met with this room that is here on the front side, on the porch of the building, I guess. And we have 3 buttons in here that control all of the stuff inside. And this one, you already know what it does. If we press it, a timer goes off, those little chimes, and then all the water blocks are taken away, and yeah, for the duration of the timer, and then they are redispensed, so the bubble column is back again, and this block is switched temporarily so that the last water block here isn't a bubble column, and it's annoying to get out so we don't bump our head. But if we go back, whoops, go back up, you can see this tower continues far up there, guys, and we have 2 more buttons on our right now. So you might ask, how are we gonna use our ghast if it's stuck up there? Well, funny you ask, because we have 2 buttons here, And if we press this one, the same principle, timer goes off, and we get a bubble column that takes us up here into this room, and the bubble column disappears after a while as well. And here we have this cozy little room, the before flight room, with just a bunch of leads to tie this guy down so he doesn't go crazy when you're out there. And we have this sort of board plank here, I don't know what you call it, like walking the plank if you're a pirate, but walking towards the ghast. And here is the functionality I'm so happy with. If we press this button, these trapdoors flip up, the piston down there retracts, so we are free. Take our ghast and fly out, guys. I love that. I think it's so nice. And yeah, the light there also goes on when we are undocked from this station. So if it's dark outside, you know where to go. But then if we come back and we just squish this guy in here again, make sure he's firmly in place, and we press the button again. And yes, everything flips up, so he's stuck here. Perfect. Aren't you happy about that? This is essentially just a T flip-flop that's down here. Press the button, this goes on, or the powers this block. This piston protracts, pushes out this observer into this block, which flip-flops into light mode, and then there are redstone torches in these, hidden behind these oak, what do you call them, shelves. And they lead all the way up to the trapdoors. And there's redstone leading to the piston. So it's super simple, but I'm just so happy with it. And I'm especially happy with the noise it makes when you turn it on and off. I think that's such good just user experience. That noise, I think it's so nice. So anyway, if we want to come back down now, we just come here and are caught by the water. So yes. That is that. But guys, we have another button here. And what happens if we press that? There it is. The same. We step in here. And this time, it leads all up to that nice, beautiful sunset that we can now see perfectly clearly from this nice, like, viewing terrace we have up here. It has no real function yet. It's just to have, like, a nice overview up here. Because this is supposed to be a watchtower, guys. The only function we would have up here is this. These, well, they aren't filled yet with anything. And I'll put wind charges in there when I have them. And then it'll just shoot you up into space, so you get this nice overview. Imagine we're doing this, get the wind charges, and we're shot up like this, basically. And we can fly wherever we want. Even to the abandoned windmill over there. That is that, guys. I'm so happy to have this in my world finally. It's just been so long, and you're also happy about it, I know. And now we are basically done with it. Do you know what we did forget, guys? Do you know what we forgot that I can't believe I forgot? It's unforgivable that I forgot it. First I'm gonna sleep and then we're gonna go there. We forgot the most important build of this entire episode. Do you know what that is? Let's see if I can land this. Ow. Oh. Oh. I didn't land it. There. Guys, we forgot to cross this off our beautiful, lovely notice board house. How could we do that? So now we have gather resources and we have clean up eyesore. And I would say we have done both of them. So now let's get ready for a double whammy, shall we? Here we go. Oh, yes, beautiful. Again. Mmm. Yum, yum, yum. Ah, that was amazing. I feel refreshed and restored and satisfied above all that we now have these cleared out from our list. So, what do we do now? We're pretty much finished with a big project for this episode. But I still have a little thing I want to do. So let's go do that, shall we? here we are in the absolutely overcluttered farm cave. We stood here before our newly named friend, Pumpkin and Melon Man, who is now officially Gordo. First of all, I just want to thank you all that left comments and who watched the video last time. It really, really warmed my heart to read all of your insanely positive comments, and it was fantastic. And in all of those comments, I got a fantastic suggestion what we should name this guy. Unfortunately, the signs are only so big, so his full name is Gordo Bartholomew, because he barfs gourds. And do you know why? Like that. He's our pumpkin and melon man. And pumpkins and or melons are apparently gourds. Yes. So I thought that that's just a fantastic name. So yeah, thank you to you who suggested that name. It was amazing. So now I'm so pleased that Gordo is here with us. It's just such a good grubby like name, Gordo. It fits him perfectly. Guys, we've made a lot of progress today, and I think it's time to wrap this episode up. And I'm so happy if you've gotten through the video to this point. I just want to thank you so much for your support, and I am just wishing you a absolutely blessed day or night. See you guys in the next episode. Bye bye now.